What is up, guys, and welcome. It's Inferno-kun, and 2015 has been a great year for us who enjoy playing Telltale's games, and we had two amazing series that started off in 2014 but continued in 2015 that were in the great series. So of course I mean Tales from the Borderlands and Game of Thrones. So I'm picking some scenes from episodes 2 through 5 of Tales and episodes 2 through 6 of Thrones. So I'm putting it all into a top 10 favorite scenes from Telltale in 2015, not including Minecraft Story Mode, because that game hasn't really touched me like, you know, Game of Thrones and Tales has. Minecraft Story Mode is fun, but Game of Thrones and Tales were great, especially Tales. That was perfection right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and without further ado, let's begin.
Never mess with accountants, Vasquez. Can always count on us outnumbering you. Smoke 'em!
Number 10 goes to probably one of the most hilarious scenes in the entire game, the finger gun battle between Vasquez and of course the accountants, and that was in episode 4, Escape Plan Bravo. I can't explain how funny and awesome it was at the same time. I mean, while I was laughing while doing that, it was just like a ton of fun because they were role-playing having guns, and it just felt like it was like so real because they were like doing all kinds of stuff, you know, getting shot, and it was really funny. Like, I mean, I loved it. That was probably one of the best animated scenes in the game, and really funny as well. You know, it was just a ton of fun, and although it didn't really contribute to anything in the story, it definitely like just made up for it by just being overall over the top fun and over the top role playing, and it was definitely so awesome and yet so funny. That's why I loved it so much.
We've got him surrounded!
Roderick! Help me. Tell your dog to obey his new master.
Number 9 goes to a great scene that had you feeling like you were in so much power. That of course being in episode 4, Sons of Winter, encountering Griff Whitehill with the Glenmore Elite Guard. Now this one was an awesome scene because it had you feel like, hey, you know, I have my Glenmores in the back waiting for me to give the order, and they come in and we got them, and it just felt like we were in so much power at that time, and it felt so good to deliver a few blows to Griff. Now originally I delivered at least 3 blows to Griff and didn't maim him, but I wish I probably should have done that, but it was overall awesome, and if you go ahead and maim him, it's just so satisfying even more. So that was overall a really empowering scene, and a really awesome scene to finally just deliver some pain to that just horrible person that you've hated since he was introduced in episode 3, and overall it was just pretty much an amazing scene.
Least I could do. Confine the Whitehills to the cellars. No one gets in or out.
I was there when Gortys was destroyed. I saw the betrayal.
Number 8 goes to probably the most mind-blowing thing that happened in Tales, that being in episode 5, The Vault of the Traveler, the Stranger reveal. Now obviously this one was like a pretty big thing because the Stranger has been masked up since episode 1 and was revealed in episode 5, and who it was under that mask, of course being Loaderbot, was a huge surprise to everyone. I don't think anyone saw that coming at all, because we were all thinking many other people, but it was of course Loaderbot, and the reason behind it actually made a ton of sense. I mean, of course Loaderbot was so mad at the fact that Gortys was destroyed by his own friends, and just hearing the story and just seeing the real truth just made him, you know, feel a lot better, and it just felt like that was a great way to, you know, have a masked stranger and to reveal it. It just felt so great, in my opinion, and not really sure how everyone else feels, but it felt like I was like satisfied with who it actually was and how it actually all happened. I mean, it was a funny scene before he was unmasked, but then it turned to being sad again once he was like, oh, Gortys was destroyed right in front of me. And overall, it was a pretty mixed scene between, you know, emotions and laughter and stuff like that. It was pretty great. I loved that. That was actually pretty good. So that's what I think about that.
I needed to survive. To find you. To learn the truth.
What?
Number 7 goes to the saddest way to go about killing a protagonist, that being in episode 5 of Game of Thrones, A Nest of Vipers, and that being the Harbor ambush. So yeah, this scene was not looking very good when we saw it at first. We saw that the Whitehills came to ambush Asher Forrester and try to kill him, and it ultimately led to a very hard choice between choosing which brother survives that day and which one actually dies. So that one was a hard choice and a very sad scene to have to go ahead and choose, because Asher and Rodrik were two amazing protagonists, and choosing between who lives and who dies is never very easy, especially when it comes to two protagonists at least, because, you know, the people who you were playing as and who you shaped as a character, and to see that happen was definitely really hard, and it overall made it a very good scene, a very, you know, emotional scene, and a very just well animated and a good send-off to whoever died that day. And it just felt like, you know, whatever we were doing in the next episode felt like it was for that person. For my sake, it was, you know, Asher surviving that day and Rodrik dying, Rodrik doing his duty as a lord to, or as just, you know, a brother and an older brother, to go ahead and protect his little brother from dying. And that's how it felt. It felt really big to me, and of course very emotional.
I'll hold them off! But my lord, you can't!
Asher is your new lord.
Yes, my lord.
Rodrik, go!
Core venting process initiated.
It's gonna be way more fun watching you get vented into space.
Oh shit, that's bad. That's really bad.
Number 6 goes to a very shocking fall to a very big company, that of course being the fall of Helios in episode 5, the Vault of the Traveler. This scene was very shocking to me because I didn't think Telltale would go about bringing down such a thing like Helios, Hyperion's moon base, something that has been up forever, and bringing it down was definitely very shocking and very surprising that Telltale actually went ahead and did that with the consent of Gearbox. That was actually pretty amazing, bringing down the company that has been, you know, putting fear over Pandora for a very long time, and to think what happens afterwards when Hyperion is actually gone. Just bringing down Helios was a big step for Pandora, and I wonder how it's gonna go ahead and affect, you know, what's gonna happen on Pandora, because Hyperion has been a very horrible company in the eyes of the Pandorans. So, but then of course the scene was also sad because we left behind Loaderbot, who was trying to do his best to get Rhys out of there, and then of course Rhys ended up thinking that his friends actually left him on purpose. So the scene was met with something big happening, like bringing down Helios, and of course met with some tragedy, like leaving behind Loaderbot and Rhys getting kinda quote-unquote left by his friends. So overall, it was a pretty interesting scene to watch go down, definitely.
Look at him go! Oh, he's so happy.
No! Stop! Look at home fit! Look, I'm very slender.
No, don't listen to him. Those things are designed for one.
Sorry, bro. Hey!
Just
keep us alive until that thing is full and then we can boost out of here. Got it?
Yeah, I got it. I don't got it!
Again, with Tails, we have probably one of my most favorite beginning scenes that leads up to my most favorite opening. That would have to be in episode 2, Atlas Mugged, whenever Hyperion was shooting down moonshot cannons over at the gang, and of course, them waking up the Rack Hive and a bunch of racks. So this scene was definitely met with a bunch of funny stuff. You know, Vaughn definitely has some really hilarious lines in this scene, and of course, it was met with a bunch of action. Of course, Reese dodging the Hyperion moonshots, and then of course, you know, Sasha and Fiona shooting at some racks, and overall, it was just so much fun and such an awesome scene. And of course, don't forget the little opening with the song Kiss the Sky was definitely really good. You know, of course, everyone falling out of the caravan and them losing Fiona and Sasha and just like everyone being split up. That was definitely a really awesome scene. But taking down the Rack Hive with basically just going under one of the moonshots was definitely really awesome. So that scene was probably just so good, and the opening was even better. It was just one of the, it definitely is my favorite opening to an episode. Kiss the Sky in episode 2. That was such a great scene.
Hey, a little help?
Ah! You ugly piece of... Ah! Oh, into my mouth! Ah, I got it in my mouth!
From ice, we Foresters born, to ice we all return.
Number 4 goes to an awesome scene displaying the points of all the Foresters, and basically met with an awesome song as well. That of course being in episode 2, the Lost Lords, and in the scene of the Forester funeral. Of course, they were mourning the deaths of Lord Gregor and Lord Ethan Forrester, met with Talia's awesome song, The Ballad of the Foresters. And that song was definitely such a good song, a really good song, and very awesome. Talia's voice actress is definitely really awesome, and that was fluently really great. So, yeah, so in this scene, they basically showed the points of all the Foresters. Of course, Mira kind of washing her hands of the blood after she killed Damien permanently, and of course Asher coming back home, and then of course Roderick's stare of anger at the end. So that was definitely a pretty powerful scene, and very sad because we lost 2 Foresters, and having, you know, Elissa go ahead and mourn them and the whole family as well. So, you know, that was a pretty great scene, and overall the song was definitely perfect, really awesome, and whether Ryan attends or not, that's actually pretty good too. So overall, this was a great, really great scene. Loved it.
My twin, a hero's grave, so iron grows anew. Still iron grows anew.
Initiating Gortys startup sequence. Energy chassis required for Vault of the Traveler protocol. Loading coordinates for energy chassis. Gortys activated. Happy birthday.
Number 3 goes to the activation of one of the most funniest characters in this game. Of course, I mean in episode 3, Catch a Ride. And of course, the scene where we go ahead and activate Gortys for the first time. Now, this scene was definitely more hilarious than it was, you know, more about getting information. Obviously, we had to get information about what Gortys actually is and what she does, but I can't get over the fact that she was so funny and so awesome and so adorable when she was activated. She was like so awesome, especially when it was like awesome. that was so funny. Gortys, and then when she was like dragging away Vasquez, like, come on Slowpoke. That was, Gortys is like so adorable. I mean, I know she's not trying to be funny, but she can't help it. She's just so adorably funny, and I love that scene so much. I don't know what to say about that. That was extremely funny. I know you guys love Gortys too. Definitely the best robot in Tales. Extremely hilarious.
Everybody up and at 'em! Come on, Slowpoke! Time's all wasted!
Now for number 2, I couldn't choose which one to add, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to speed through 2 of them. So number 2 goes to basically Game of Thrones episode 6, The Ice Dragon, basically in Roderick being alive and going after Griff, fighting Griff, and ending up just having him beg for mercy, just crying out. That scene was definitely really awesome. It felt like, oh, this guy had been talking so much trash to us, and yet he's here begging for mercy and crying out, you know, please don't kill me. That was a very great scene, just finally getting rid of him. And then of course in episode 6 as well, when we had to go ahead and defend Ironrath for the last time, and it ended up being a really awesome scene. Like, you know, obviously we were just in so much trouble when the Whitehills broke through our gate, and of course our final fight with Harris, that guy, that big guy, that fight was just so scary awesome, because this dude has, like, he's so big and he's so good at fighting, and he almost killed Roderick or Asher, just stabbing them right through the side and almost killing them. Basically had them all messed up. Definitely, he definitely put up a big fight with the Lord, and it just felt like a really awesome scene. And it ended up with just, you know, Elissa dying, and it just felt like this scene was definitely really sad and really scary and really worrying. And that's why I feel like it had such an effect on me, just having like us being so worried of just Harris here about to fight us, and you know, he took out all these other soldiers, and he killed Lady Forrester, and he almost killed Roderick Asher. That was scary. That was definitely scary. So that's where that scene goes to. The House Forrester versus House Whitehill battle, and of course Roderick going after Griff, and of course chopping his head off. That scene satisfying, and the other scene scary, very scary.
What's going on? As glad as I am to see you all again. You know we're gonna die, right?
Hey, Gortys. Missed ya.
Oh, me too! Too bad we're probably gonna die, though.
And now number 1 goes to basically episode 5, The Vault of the Traveler, and that of course being the Traveler fight itself. That fight felt so awesome because we're fighting this giant Traveler who can teleport, and we made a whole strategy on how we're going to deal with the Traveler, as well as we got to pick our own dream Vault Hunter team. And that was definitely really awesome. I'm glad Telltale implemented that into this episode, because, you know, me personally having Janie, Athena, and of course August was definitely pretty awesome, because, you know, I like Athena and Janie is cool, and of course August, he was cool at the end. So that definitely was a pretty satisfying scene to have at the end. Definitely having our Vault Hunter team take on a Traveler, or a vault monster actually, and it was definitely really awesome. The fighting scene with Gortys was definitely amazing, and going into the Traveler and taking out some of the Guardians was definitely really awesome too. But I also want to include at number 1, which is, I don't know why I'm doing this, but of course the Sasha fake out scene. That scene was definitely, they made it so very sad, like really sad. And at the end Sasha got healed, but it was just like they were tugging at your cords for like, okay, Sasha's dying and she's almost dead, and you know, it was just like tugging at my cords, tugging on my heart like very much, and I didn't like that. That was horrible. They hurt my feelings so much with that one scene. It was ridiculous, man.
I guess Felix did care enough to...
Oh yeah, that's broken.
Oh, shit!
And that of course concludes my top 10 favorite scenes in Telltale games of 2015. If you guys do have your own, comment them down below. I do want to see what you guys have as your favorite scenes from Game of Thrones, Tales from the Borderlands, and if you want to even include Minecraft story mode. But personally, you know, Tales and Game of Thrones just way higher than Minecraft in my opinion, just ridiculously higher. It was an amazing year for those two games, and overall, I hope to see more next year, of course, with the Walking Dead Michonne, and of course, you know, Batman, maybe some Season 3, maybe some Super Shows type stuff, maybe even some other stuff they have planned. So yeah, we'll see what happens next year with Telltale, because I definitely am looking forward to what they have in store for their future. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, as a Christmas gift to me, like the video and share it, and everything else. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Stay awesome and have an awesome holiday break. Of course, I'm on it right now, and I'm having a great time just chilling out and playing some video games. That's all that matters in life, right? So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.